Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today, we've got another Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 Prestige class for you. And today, from the Complete Warrior, we have the Stonelord. And I can't show you a picture because there isn't one, at least not in the book. I should have something for the thumbnail, which you would have already seen. Anyways, we're going to talk about what the Stonelord is. We're going to talk about how you go about getting into this Prestige class. You're going to talk about what you get as the Stonelord for being a Stonelord. And finally, we're going to talk about how good the Stonelord is and how it might potentially be used in a build. So let's get started. All right, so Stonelord. Basically, these are dwarves that are very, very close to the earth. More so than typical, because dwarves are usually pretty close to the earth. And the earth kind of speaks back to them and grants them some powers. So that's pretty much what the Stonelord is. Let's talk about how to get in. So, fairly simple. First off, dwarf. Like I said, it's a dwarf. Next off, +5 base attack bonus. It is a martial class, so yeah. Then it's got some skills. So craft stoneworking, 6 ranks, and it requires you to be able to speak the language Terran. So, okay, nothing too terrible. Pretty easy for a dwarf to get, in all honesty. It requires the endurance feat. Not the greatest feat in the world, but rangers do get that at like first level, I think. So taking a level in ranger wouldn't hurt. Although this is built more for fighters, but still. And then special. You have to undergo on a ritual, which it's a pretty interesting one. Let me just read this off to you. So the character must undergo an arduous ritual involving immersion in sacred loam, long fasting periods deep underground, and the ingestion of 1,000 gold worth of powdered gemstones. The gem type chosen is then the Stonelord's totem gem, and she must carry that type of stone with her at all times to access the spell-like abilities she gains as a Stonelord. Okay, number of interesting points on that. It's going to take a while to undergo this ritual. Doesn't say a specific amount of time, but long fasting periods would suggest more than a day of downtime. You're going to need 1,000 gold worth of gemstones, and you're gonna that are going to need to be powderized, and then you're going to need to make sure you hold one of those gemstones at all time once you're in the class. So yeah, but that said, that's all you need to get in. So let's talk about what you get. So first off, D8 hit dice, which is okay for a martial class. It has a good base attack bonus, good fortitude save, but bad reflex and will save. Fairly standard for a martial build for the most part, other than that bad base attack bonus. Well, not base attack, other than that bad, or not bad, less than ideal hit dice. But D8's still alright. Skills aren't great, although I will point out that it's just 2+ int, and I will point out that it does get all knowledge skills, so that's something, which is a weird thing to see on a martial build. That's something you can find easy on a wizard, but for something like this, that's kind of weird. Anyways, next up, they get a number of class features. First off, they're going to get Earth's Bond, or Earth's Blood at first level, which will just let them once a day, as a standard action, grab some mud and heal 1d8 plus their class level worth of health. That's it. They just grab some mud, rub it on them, and heal once a day. It's not the strongest of abilities, but it is a first level one, so okay. They get stone power at every even level, and there's a number of different ones. So they get Earth Grip, which will basically let them use Hold Monster as a spell-like ability. And their caster level is going to be equal to their class level for this. And on top of that, all the saves are going to be con-based. So that's kind of nice. Yeah. Let's see. They get Earth's Magic, which if they're a spellcaster going into this, which is a weird way to do it, they can maximize one spell per day up to the level of this class. So at 10th level, I guess you can maximize a 10th level spell. Not sure how that works, but okay. Earth's Endurance, but at least you can get all of them, so that's nice. Earth's Endurance they get, and Earth's Strength. Those are basically the same thing. It's just one is for con, one's for strength. It just does, what is it, Bear's Endurance? Yeah, Bear's Endurance and Bull Strength. Nothing too crazy there. Let's see. Earth's Power is okay. Gives them a +2 on all attack rolls and a plus, 2d6 points of damage on all attack rolls for that round. And it is a free action, so that's okay. Earth Shadows. This one's actually one that is usable multiple times per day, unlike every other one, which is once a day. This one can be used a number of times equal to your class level. Basically, you summon the figment of an Earth Elemental adjacent to a foe that you're currently engaged with, and now all of a sudden you get flanking bonuses. So there's not actually an Earth Elemental there, but there's a figment of one, and that's enough to gain flanking bonuses and allow you to use sneak attack if you have it. So that one can be decent if you're going to do this with Rogue. They get Gravity, which gives the effects of a slow spell. Stone Skin, let's see, which just gives the effects of a Stone Skin spell. And then they can summon an Earth Elemental once a day. This gets stronger the higher your class level is. So that one's all right. And you can go up to a huge Earth Elemental if you take all 10 levels. So that's not bad. And you get this every even level. So, okay. Then at your odd levels, starting at 3rd, we already talked about 1st level. They get Stone Shape. They get basically the effect of a Stone Shape spell. Meld into Stone, again, just like the spell. Stone Tell, again, just like the spell. And then finally they get Earthquake, which is actually a pretty good spell. So they get a number of, and these are all spell-like abilities, which are better than actually casting spells. Because when you actually cast a spell, you have the downside of, having to worry about material components and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, that's just kind of a problem, in all honesty. Yeah. And Stone Skin does require you actually have the material components, so that one's weird. Yeah, sorry, I was just remembering that one of them had that, and I had to look that up real fast. Anyways, so that is a weird one, not the best one on their list. How good are they? They're okay, I guess. If you want to make like a fighter or a ranger, and you want to, give them some cool earth powers and get some flavor, like, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's got a pretty solid chassis other than that D8 hit dice and the skills. The big issue is, most of those features that they're getting every level are only usable once a day, other than the Stone Elemental one, where they summon the image of one so that they can gain flanking bonuses and sneak attack. That one's usable more often, which is actually kind of decent. But the rest aren't, which is kind of an issue. Yeah, so for the most part, you're, compared to a fighter, trading, a lower hit dice for, and all those feats at every other level for a spell-like ability every level that's usable once per day. Some of them are supernatural abilities too, which is better, but still, like the supernatural abilities won't provoke attacks of opportunity ever, so you don't have to worry about it. But still, all in all, and I think actually the really good one is a supernatural too, if I recall. That's Earth Shadows. Yeah, that is supernatural, so that's actually pretty decent. Although how good that one is really depends on how many levels you take in the class. So there's that. But it's not terrible. It's an all right one if that's what you're looking for. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Stonelord down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel for more D&D 3.5 content. And ring because we do one of these on every single class, race, and prestige class in Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. So ring that notification bell so you never miss out on a video. Anyways, as always, I'll be seeing you.